Far above the earth, the hawk flew. Below her and spread out as far as her eyes could see, the green plains and cultivated fields of Galdane in bright hues of yellows and oranges looked every bit like picturesque little squares sewn into a gigantic quilt. Here and there arose white wisps of smoke from fires lit by farmers, clearing the fields for the next wave of crops to be planted. A great flock of sheep was nothing but white moving dots from her lofty vantage point. If she cared to know at all, to her south lay the deep blue sea, and a short way beyond it the warmer shores of Gondal. To her north lay Angria, the highlands, that vast stretch of land where winter reigned nearly all year round in some of its distant mountains. A land of still cold lakes, treacherous marshes, and dark, whispering woods, ancient, impenetrable. A land haunted by centuries of war and strife, and her own special brand of ghosts. Yet here in Galdane, it was early spring, with all its attendant sights and smells of fresh growing things. Soon the nourishing rains would end, and summer would settle down for a brief spell before autumn moved in, followed by white winter, a kaleidoscope of seasons. The hawk was majestically impervious to it all. She was a creature who lived very much in the here and now, with hardly a care in the world. Wingtips fully spread and gliding silently with the wind, she made an impressive view of appearing to be suspended in mid-air. From her height, it was easy to forget all things earthly and material. Here, in the vast nothingness of the heavens, nothing counted more than the liberty that belonged uniquely to her kind. But alas, even a winged being such as herself could not stay in the heavens indefinitely, and she had had her fill of the air and her time in the sun. She headed back from where she started off, her sense of direction unerring. She passed the peaceful, carefully tended fields and the wild grasslands, heading further north where the air was much cooler, the clouds thicker and pressed lower to the earth. Just at the point where Galdine ended and Angria began, she made her descent, spurred on by a strange high whistle made by a man, her master. Down, down she glided, the sights of a noisy, sprawling human encampment fully coming into view at last. A military camp, no less. Here it was harder to dismiss earthly affairs and think that everything was fine. A swarming mass of people and horses in varying amounts of armor hardly ever meant that things were all right. It was much harder here to mistake the signs of seething tension barely restrained and violence about to be unleashed. It was something that humans specialized in creating, apparently. War was looming, but war was the affair of men, not hawks. She swung down and swept low over the heads of these creatures so full of mayhem and noise and flew steadily past them, all until she came to land on her rightful perch, an outstretched, well-muscled arm and a slender hand encased entirely in black leather. "Welcome back, Israel," murmured her owner in a deep voice.